You've probably seen it. Rows of massive trucks parked at night, engines running, burning fuel for hours, while smaller trucks sit completely silent. It looks wasteful. It looks unnecessary. So why do big trucks need to stay on all night, while K-trucks don't? Is it just a habit? Bad design? Or something else entirely? The answer isn't laziness. It's a system built around survival, physics, and rules most people never notice. And once you see it, you'll realize those engines aren't running by mistake. First, you need to understand what's actually happening inside that parked semi. There's a bunk back there, a full sleeping compartment with a mattress, outlets, climate control. It's not a luxury add-on. It's a federal requirement for long-haul drivers. Under FMCSA hours of service regulations, drivers are legally mandated to take a 10-hour break between shifts. That break has to happen somewhere. And on a cross-country run, that somewhere is the cab. The driver isn't choosing to park there. They're legally required to be there. And when that engine is off, so is everything else. The heat, the air conditioning, the power. In Wyoming in January, at minus 12 degrees, that's not an inconvenience. That's a survival problem. So the engine runs, not to go anywhere, to keep a person alive in what is essentially a rolling apartment. Here's where people get it wrong. The obvious reaction is, just turn it off and start it back up in the morning. Your car does it every day. But a semi's diesel engine is not your car. Not even close. Diesel engines don't use spark plugs. They use compression. They squeeze air so hard it gets hot enough to ignite fuel on its own. That process needs heat to work properly. A cold start in extreme temperatures means incomplete combustion, unlubricated components, and thick oil that hasn't reached the parts that need it yet. The American Trucking Association has cited data showing that 1 hour of daily idling over the course of a year equals 64,000 miles of engine wear. That's the cost of idling. But the cost of repeated cold starts in freezing conditions carries its own price. One fleet mechanics have debated for decades. And here's the cruel twist. Modern trucks with diesel particulate filters have complicated this further. Too much idling clogs the filter, causes expensive regeneration failures, and creates its own damage. So idling and cold starts both hurt the engine in different ways. There is no clean answer, which is exactly why the problem has lasted this long. Now here's the part almost nobody knows. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, in a study co-sponsored with the American Trucking Associations, found that 28% of commercial truck drivers have mild to severe sleep apnea. That's roughly 850,000 drivers out of the 3 million on US roads right now. For drivers diagnosed with moderate to severe sleep apnea, the DOT requires CPAP machine use, at least 4 hours per night, 70% of nights, as a condition of medical certification to drive. If a driver can't prove compliance, they lose their medical card. They lose the legal right to operate a commercial vehicle. Their career stops. No engine means no power. No power means no CPAP. No CPAP means a driver who is disqualified from the road by morning. The overnight idle isn't just comfort. For hundreds of thousands of drivers, it is a medical compliance system running in the dark of a rest stop parking lot. Schneider National, one of the country's largest carriers, found that properly treating drivers for sleep apnea saved $440 per month per driver in health costs. And even they initially needed trucks to idle to power the machines. And then there's what's attached to the back of the truck. Refrigerated trailers, reefers, carry produce, dairy, meat, insulin, vaccines. They hold precise temperatures through the night, sometimes as exact as 34 degrees. If the engine cuts out and the trailer warms, the cargo is lost. thousands of dollars of pharmaceuticals or food, gone in a few hours. The banana you ate this week probably rode in a reefer that idled at a distribution center. The prescription at your pharmacy required an unbroken cold chain from manufacturer to shelf. The yogurt, the cheese, the pre-cut vegetables. Every one of those items touched this system. The hum in that parking lot is not waste. It's the sound of your fridge staying full. Here's the math. One truck idling 8 hours a night burns roughly 2,400 gallons of diesel a year. At today's prices, that's over $9,000 per truck, just for sleeping. Across a fleet of 1,000 trucks, that's $9 million a year burning in parking lots. The industry's answer is the APU, an auxiliary power unit. A small separate engine bolted to the side of the truck that runs heat, AC, and outlets without firing up the main engine. It burns 0.2 gallons per hour instead of 1. It pays back in fuel savings in about 2.5 years. It costs between $8,500 and $13,000 installed. For a large fleet, that math works. For an independent owner-operator running on thin margins, that $10,000 is a used car they don't have. So the main engine keeps running. The solution exists. The financing doesn't reach everyone yet. In 1949, Japan created the K vehicle class, a regulatory cage, maximum 3.4 meters long, 1.48 meters wide, engine capped at 660 cubic centimeters since 1990. To fit any useful cargo bed inside those dimensions, engineers pushed the driver over the front axle and gave almost the entire length of the truck to the bed. A 1999 Daihatsu Hijet is 133 inches long, but its bed is nearly as large as a full-size F-150's. That is mechanical origami forced by law. But here's the actual reason the K truck never idles overnight. It has nothing to do with the engine. It has nothing to do with the size. The K truck has no sleeper berth. It was never designed for long-haul overnight runs. Japanese roads are dense. Distances between cities are short. The K truck is a local worker. The driver goes home at night. There is no 10-hour mandatory rest period spent in the cab. No CPAP to power. No reefer trailer to keep cold. The idle problem doesn't exist because the life this truck lives never creates the conditions that demand it. It's not a smarter truck. It's a different truck, built for a different question. So go back to that rest stop. Same trucks, same rumbling, same 2 a.m. But now you're not looking at waste. You're looking at a federal rest mandate, diesel compression physics, a medical system running inside a cab, and a cold chain protecting millions of dollars of cargo, all happening at the same time. The K truck is silent because it was never built for that world. 2 trucks, 2 systems, both doing exactly what they were designed to do. And that sound you used to ignore? That's part of the system that stocked your fridge this morning. Now, here's the part most people never think about. What happens when that system fails at 3 a.m.? Drop a comment and tell me what surprised you the most in this video. And if you want more breakdowns like this, simple things with hidden systems behind them, hit subscribe.